So if you have a blanket or a pillow, you can go ahead and set that up. I'm going to set my little laptop setup here. All right, hopefully you can see just okay here. Awesome. So if you have your pillow, go ahead and sit right on top of it. We'll get started in a seat. So you can cross one shin in front of the other, of course. I'm going to just sit on my knees with my hands on my thighs. Both work just fine. And go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Feel your chest, your belly expand. And a deep breath out. Just allow yourself to land. Maybe you start to notice or just become aware of the sounds that you hear. But can you switch from a place of needing to react to a place where you can just observe? And then you can use this time on your mat, even though it's like a short amount of time relatively in your day, right? You can use this time to almost clear out a little bit of space. To just like soften the need to react to things that might be taking up a little bit more space than you'd like. And maybe you choose to fill that space that you've created with a little bit more breath, intention, or something you'd like to bring in a little bit more of. And sometimes it's easy to just pick like one or two words. You'll often hear me say like set an intention. So rather than just saying set an intention, what I'd like you to do is find an action behind that. So if you feel like you'd like to bring in a little more kindness or a little bit of patience, maybe strength, courage, breath, whatever it is, just see that in your mind, like that word. And then know that by moving a certain way or by thinking a certain way or breathing a certain way, you can draw in or create a little bit more of that intention. Or that experience for yourself. So take a deep breath in. Still keep your eyes closed. And as you breathe out, imagine that's your clearing of space or creating of space. And then as you breathe in, you start to draw in just a little bit more of that intention. And breathe all the way out to clear out more space. Do that one more time. Breathe all the way in. And all the way out. And then start to just take any movement that you need in the neck. Maybe it's rolling the head to one side and then it's the other side. You might even start to interlace the fingers together and then flip your palms out away from your chest. And then press your palms there as you lengthen the arms forward. And then start to reach your hands, your palms up and overhead. Take a deep breath in. Can you press them up even higher? And then as you exhale, just lean over to the right, just enough so you can find a little bit of a stretch between your ribs. And then use the inhale to come back up through center, press the ceiling away, and then lean over to the left. Take a deep breath in, press up even higher, maybe even look up to your pinky fingers, open your eyes. And then slowly come back through center, let the arms drape down along your sides. Now start to interlace your hands or your fingers again, but behind you. And start to press your palms together with your thumbs on your low back. Now roll the heads of your shoulders back. First, imagine you were squeezing something in between your elbows. So of course they won't touch, but imagine you're drawing them towards one another, maybe even just a millimeter closer. And then maybe start to lift your chin. Take a deep breath in, open through your chest. And then a deep breath out, drop your chin towards your chest. And do that one more time. Take a deep breath in, lift it high. And then exhale, draw it down. Roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Chin back to center. And then your left ear to your left shoulder. So nice. And then chin back to center. Release that clasp of the hands, sweep them out and up. Take a deep breath in, collect the palms together overhead. And then just bring them into your heart center right here. So just thinking about a balance between right and left. Take a deep breath in, feel your chest expand to your thumbs. And then maybe even open up your mouth, let out an audible sigh that clears out that space. And over your next breath or two, find tabletop pose. So you'll place your hands under your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips. And then start to take lateral movements side to side. So think about your right ribs moving over to the right. And then your left ear to your left shoulder. Left hip over to the left. And then come back to center. And then you'll switch left ribs over to the left, right ear to the right. Right hip to the right. And then do that again, back through center, you move over to the right. Back through center, and then left ribs over to the left. Back through center. Start to tuck your toes under and then shift your hips back. Maybe starting to find a little bit of a stretch in the bottom of the feet. And then walk your hands just a little bit closer towards your knees. Maybe even take your feet a little wider. Because you'll lift your hips and you'll just land in a forward fold. Maybe walk your hands back towards your feet and let them hang. So bend your knees a lot. Maybe sway side to side. And then start to interlace your hands behind your head. Now I want you to keep your elbows wide here. So start to feel the back of your shoulder blades drawing together. Bend your knees a little more. And then slowly, one vertebra at a time, as slow as you can, roll all the way up to standing. Now, keep cradling the back of your head at the top. I want you to take your elbows nice and wide, and then think about your head coming back into your hands, and then lifting your sternum up towards the ceiling. So not dropping all the way back, but just really feeling the weight of your head and your hands. Take one more breath in. And then as you breathe out, start to press into the back of your head so you come back up to neutral, like the weight of your head is just right on top of your spine. Now keep your hands interlaced behind your head. Take a deep breath in.
Now just pull your elbows back in space. And then exhale, bend your knees, sit into chair pose. Start to send your elbows forward, like wrap them in. And then maybe start to drop chin towards your chest. Start to hinge at your waist, think belly towards your thighs. And then you fold forward, drop your hands. Take your halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins and reach your chest forward. And then a big exhale to fold back down and bow the chest. Do that one more time. Halfway lift, big breath in to lengthen. And then exhale to fold and round. Let your head drop last. Now start to reach your heart forward, halfway lift. Walk your hands downward facing dog. Take a huge breath in to lift your heels up. Breath out to drop your knees, tabletop pose. Now, right back into that lateral movement. So right ribs to the right, drop your head over to the left. Back through center and left ribs to the left, right ear to the right. Now it's back through center, tuck your toes under. Walk your hands back, but as you sit back towards your heels, I want you to walk your hands up your thighs. Feel that stretch underneath or the bottom of your feet. And then start to lift your seat, reach your hands up and overhead. Take a deep breath in right here. Now point your toes back, press the tops of your feet down. As you lean back, reach your hands forward, like you had a block in between your hands. Now reach back up, take a big breath in. And then exhale to lean back. Now reach back up, take a huge inhale. Step your right foot forward into a lunge. So as you start to rock your pelvis forward, hook your thumbs overhead, take your elbows wide apart. Feel the back side of your body working. Take one more breath in to open through the front. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down, framing your right foot. Tuck your back toes and lift your knee off the ground. Step your left foot up to meet the right at the top of your mat. Nice and easy, halfway lift, big breath in to lengthen. Bring your hands to your hips and then slowly stand all the way up, nice and easy. You'll reach back up to the sky, take a huge inhale. And then start to bring your hands to your heart center, sit back into chair pose. So start to lift your sternum towards your thumbs. Maybe sink your seat back and down a little bit lower. Start to pour weight into that right foot. I want you to play with balance here. Pick one thing to look at, and then see if you can pick the left heel up. Maybe start to pick the left heel up towards your left glutes. Take one more breath in, and then set the left foot down, and then switch to the other side. Pick the right heel up. Pick the right heel up towards your glutes. Pause here, take a breath in. Keep that left knee bent, big breath out. And then drop the right foot back down. Now, stand all the way up, take a huge inhale. Start to reach your hands high and bring your left knee about hip height. So start to make this 90-degree angle here. And then maybe for balance, bring your hands to your hips. Start to drive your left knee out to the left. And then bring it back through center. Do that one more time, drive it out left. And then bring it back through center. Now I want you to do that one more time, but bring it wide. You're gonna open up to warrior two, so step that left foot back. So just a different transition. Reach your arms nice and long. Bend your right knee. And then reverse your warrior. Right hand will reach to the sky. Really find that lateral stretch through the right. And then right forearm to your right thigh. Side angle, left arm over your ear. Spin your chest a little higher. Sink a little lower. Take one more breath in. Can you get even longer? And then back to warrior two. Straighten your legs. Reach your arms up and parallel your feet. Facing the long edge of your mat, hands through your heart. Forward fold. Drop your hands down. Take your halfway lift right here. Breathe into finally. Big breath out to fold right back down and drop your head. Now it's your halfway lift again, chest parallel to the ground. Start to bend your left knee. Your right leg stays long. It's like a side lunge, Ardha Skandasana, we call it. Take one big breath in to reach your heart further forward. Now see your right foot. I want you to frame it. Come back to a low lunge. So your right toes point forward. You'll drop your left knee down. Reach your hands back up. Take a huge breath in. This time, interlace your hands behind your head. Elbows go wide. So I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let the weight of your head drop back into your hands. Like a little hammock here. Take a breath in to open your elbows wide. Now as you exhale, pick your head, the weight of your head back up. Let it stack on your spine. One breath in to drive the elbows back. And then exhale to send them forward. Wrap them around your head and maybe chin towards your chest. So you feel that stretch in between your shoulder blades. Now come back up through center, reach your hands high, bring the palms together. And then slowly bring your hands to your heart. Right knee comes back to meet the left. Reach your hands up, take a deep breath in. Lean back, reach your hands forward. One more time, inhale, rise up. And exhale, tip it back. Can you squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads, let the belly engage. Now rise up. Start to step your left foot forward, right to the other side. Hook the thumbs overhead, elbows go wide apart. Can you lift up from there? Your heart rises towards your thumbs. And then exhale to bring your hands down, framing your left foot. Tuck your back toes and lift your knee up. Take a huge inhale, look forward. Step right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Halfway lift, big breath in right here. And then exhale, bow the chest back down, you fold. Now it's halfway lift again, hands to your hips. Stand all the way up as you press down through your feet. Reach your hands out and up, grow a little bit taller. And then sit back into chair pose, hands to your heart. So this helps with balance. Find that steady point in front of you. Now shift the weight into the left foot. Pick the right heel up. Bring it right up towards your glutes. Nice, and then set it back down. And then shift to the other side. Your left heel picks up. Set it down. Now you'll stand all the way up. Take a huge inhale, reach high. As you're standing, bring your right knee in line with your right hip. Start to flex through your right foot. If you need more balance, hands to your hips. Take a breath in to take your knee wide. And then a breath out, bring it back towards center. One more like that, wide. And then back to center. Everything else stays the same. Now take it wide, slowly open it up. Warrior two, stepping that right foot back. Left toes stay forward and then reverse your warrior. Left hand, reach it up to the sky. Side angle, forearm to your thigh. Right hand, reach it forward. Now really press down through that back foot and then spin your chest a little higher. Take one more big breath in. Back to warrior two, straighten the legs, reach the arms up, parallel the feet. Now here you can interlace the hands behind you like you did before. Roll the heads of the shoulders back and lift your chin. And then hinge at the hips. You get to fold forward. Maybe you keep that bind behind you as you fold. Maybe shake out the head, yes and no. Awesome, and then release that bind. If you have it, walk hands under your shoulders. Yes, halfway lift, big breath in, chest parallel to the ground. As you exhale, bend your right knee this time, that Ardha Skandasana, that side line. You're just like shifting the weight towards the back of your mat. And then look to your left foot, turn it forward as you find low lunge, framing your left foot with your hands. Drop your right knee down, reach your hands up and overhead, that lunge, you rise. Now interlace your hands behind your head, elbows go wide. Take a breath in, hammock the head as you lift the heart. And then exhale to draw the elbows forward. Slowly start to drop your chin to your chest. Now come back up through center. Take a breath in. Release it and reach your hands high. Palms come together. Bring them down to your heart. And then your left knee comes to meet the right. Now a little different this time. Reach your hands up and overhead. And then bring them down to the ground. Tabletop pose. Right ribs to the right. Left ribs to the left. Back to center. Tuck your toes. Start to shift your hips back in space. Walk your hands towards your knees. Pause here. Now really sit back on top of your feet. Let your hands slowly walk up your thighs. Bring your hands to your heart center. Feel that stretch under your feet. Just take one breath in. Open up your mouth, clear it out. Let go of that space, that tension. Now as you rise up, hook thumbs overhead, elbows wide, toes point back. And then one time, lean back, reach the hands forward. Imagine you had the block. So this is just our second wave. You know it. Rise up, take a breath in. Step your right foot forward. Hook the thumbs, elbows go wide, lift the heart, just one inhale. And then hands come down, framing your right foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee off the ground, look forward. Step your left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Halfway lift right away, hands catch your hips. Stand all the way up as you exhale. Sweep the arms out and up, you'll rise, grow taller. Bring your hands to your heart, bend your knees, sit back in the chair. Now we really play with balance here. Shift the weight into the right foot. See if you can pick the left heel up. I want you to stay. So soften that right knee. Start to send your heart forward. Maybe start to kick that left foot back. Find warrior three just for a moment. And take one big breath in. Get really long here. You got it. Now bend that left knee. I want you to stand all the way up and bring it hip height. Yeah, you're not here long. Maybe reach the hands high. Take a breath in. Now, as you exhale, bring that left knee wide, open it up. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Right hand will rise. Awesome. Side angle, forearm to your thigh, left hand reaches forward. Just one breath in right here. Back to warrior two. Straighten the legs, parallel the feet, sweep arms high. Hands to your heart, forward fold. Right into a halfway lift, big breath in. Bend your left knee, that side lunge, Ardha Skandasana. Look to your right toes, turn them forward, low runner's lunge, frame your foot with your hands. Drop your left knee down, sweep the arms high first. Take a big breath in. Start to interlace the hands, your elbows go wide, cradle the head. Take one breath in to open through the front. And then exhale, elbows forward, maybe you round and lean back. Just a little bit more. Now, start to reach the hands high, palms pressed together. Find a twist here, left hand forward, right hand goes back, or hand stay at your heart, and you hook your left elbow outside your right thigh. Stay here, take a full breath in. Big breath out. And then you start to slowly come back to center, reach both hands high, palms come together. And then bring them into your heart, right knee comes to the left. Reach your hands high, take a big breath in. One time, lean back, reach your fingers forward. Rising up, left foot forward, hook thumbs, elbows wide, lift the chest, breathe it. Hands come down, framing your left foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee up, look forward. Step right foot to the top of your mat to meet the left. Halfway lift, big breath in, hands catch your hips. Stand all the way up, you'll rise. And here you go, sweep the arms out and up, reach up. Sit back into chair pose, hands to your heart. Now shift the weight into the left foot. Pick your right heel up, find that steady point, don't move your eyes. Send your heart forward, kick your right leg back. Warrior 3. Thinking like the letter T, but that left knee, that standing leg, can be bent. Take one more breath in right here. And we just slowly, slowly, slowly stand up. Bring that right knee in line with your right hip. Maybe reach the hands high. Take a huge breath in. Send that knee wide as you open up. Swing it back. Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Left hand will rise. Side angle, forearm to your thigh. Right arm over your ear. Just for the breath in. And then it's back to warrior 2. Breathe out. Straighten the legs, reach the arms high, parallel the feet. Just hands through your heart center here, fold forward. Right into that halfway lift, big breath in to lengthen. And then bend your right knee, that side lunge. Look to your left toes, turning forward, low lunge, framing your foot. Drop the right knee, sweep the arms high, take a huge breath in first. Interlace the fingers, elbows go wide. Cradle the head as you lift the chest. And then exhale, send elbows forward, maybe chin towards that space. Rising up, reach your hands up and over. And then hands can come to your heart or right hand forward. Left hand goes behind you. You twist. Any variation that you want here. Take a big breath in to lengthen. Breath out to twist, maybe a little deeper. And then you'll face the front, reach both hands high, collective palms together overhead last time. Bring them to your heart, left knee comes to meet the right. Now hook the thumbs this time as you rise up, elbows go wide, chest lifts. And then hands to the ground, tabletop pose. Once you're here, spread the fingers nice and wide, lift the chest, find cow. Press down into the ground and round your back, cat. Maybe even close your eyes here if you want to revisit that lateral movement side to side, you can. Maybe you start to move in a circle, one direction, and then the other. We can take about 2 more rounds just to clear out that space physically in the body. Of course, matching movement with breath allows that to happen even more. And then once you feel complete with that movement in the spine, just meet me in a seat. Swing your legs around in front of you. And give your legs a little bit of a shake. Rinse it all out. And then take the soles of your feet together. Your knees will go wide. Your feet can be as close to you or far away as you need them to be. There's no set place where they land or they need to land. Sit up nice and tall as you hold on to your shins, your knees. And then you start to fold forward. Maybe start to round. And think about taking your elbows wide so you can keep your chest broad here. Breath in to create space in your low back. Breath out to fold forward. You're not here long, just stay for 3. Last 2. Final 1. And then you'll just slowly rise all the way back up to a seat. Bring your hands underneath your knees, draw them together. And keep your knees bent, your feet can plant on the earth or legs go long. Reach your hands forward, almost like you were holding that block. Make sure you have enough space behind you because one bone, one vertebra at a time, you'll slowly roll all the way onto your back. Yeah, once you're there, arms overhead, point your toes forward. Think a long body stretch from your toes to your fingertips. Take one more breath in right here. And then hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze here. Yeah, you're still on your back. And then if you want to, maybe even take your knees a little bit wider apart. about shoulder width distance. Keep the back of your head on the ground. And if you want movement here, it's that slow rock side to side. Awesome. Stay here or start to hold on to the outside edges of your feet for happy baby pose. So keeping your knees wide. And then maybe just sending your feet up towards the sky. Yeah, that's just an option, never a requirement. And then start to hug your knees back into center. Take your arms out like the letter T. And then start to just let both knees fall over to the right. Yeah, a little bit of a twist. You can even look to your left fingertips, but keep your right shoulder blade on the ground. Keep your left shoulder blade heavying towards the earth. So nice. And then whenever you're ready, bring your knees back through center. And just nice and easy, let them fall over to the left. Look to your right hand. Heavy your shoulder blades. Soften your face. And bring your knees back through center. And give yourself one more squeeze here. So like hug your knees into your chest. Maybe even bring your forehead or your nose up towards your knees. You're in this tiny little ball. Take your biggest inhale yet. Hold it at the top slightly. And then let it all go. Let your legs go long towards the mat. Let your arms come down along your sides. Let your palms flip up towards the sky. And then you might even right here for a moment, like pick up your chest and scoop your shoulder blades together a little bit more underneath you so your chest can broaden, and then you sink back into the earth. Awesome. And then close your eyes. See if you can start to just take a little bit of a scan, starting with your toes, up your legs, all the way up and out through the crown of your head. Just let every muscle, give every muscle permission to settle, soften, and to release. Even though you know you're not here long, can you give yourself this gift of presence, of stillness, of space? And maybe come back to just the intention or the word that you thought of at the top of class. Maybe just bring that to mind and take a deep breath in. Know you are drawing in, or you've cultivated more of that. And breathe all the way out as you relax, you settle, you soften in Shavasana. See if you can stay here just for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1.
Stay right here, nice and heavy as you breathe in. Fill all the way up to the top. Open up your mouth. Nice and easy, let out that sigh. Start to find a little more movement in your fingers and your toes, maybe your wrists and your ankles. You might even rock your head slowly side to side. And in your own time, just start to bend your knees. You'll roll to the side of your choice, but keep your eyes closed if you can. Press all the way up to a seat. And then once you're there, sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands together right in front of your chest. Like you did before, take a breath in. Feel your chest expand towards your thumbs. Big breath out to continue to create that space. And take your thumb tips to the center of your forehead, knowing that with every breath, you truly have an opportunity to create space and to come back to that intention or what you'd like to cultivate a little bit more of. Maybe you use that for the rest of your day. And let this practice be a reminder of how you can be kind to yourself and you can share that kindness with others. Namaste. Happy Monday.